Welcome everyone to the latest installment of Arreva Academy's Further Webinars. My name is Eric Smith and I'll be your trainer for today's session, which is titled Scheduling Reports. Just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you're having trouble seeing the screen or any other technical issue, just send a chat message and someone on our staff will assist you with getting connected. Also, we are recording today's session and it will be available for viewing by next week from our website. You can find the recorded sessions by going to our website at www.arreva.com. Under Services, going ahead and selecting Arreva Academy. And then once that comes up, go ahead and scroll down and it will be put under Previously Recorded Sessions. Finally, we appreciate your taking your time out of your busy schedule to join us today, and that is why these trainings will always be short and will not field questions. If you're interested in a more in-depth training on any subject related to Further, please contact trainings, that's plural, trainings@arreva.com. All right, let's get into exploring scheduling reports. You can schedule any report to run automatically on a recurring schedule that you set up. When the report runs, a copy will be sent by email to a list of recipients that you select when you create the schedule. There are really 3 steps to scheduling the report. Before you can schedule the report, you'll need to go ahead and create the report and save it as a favorite. So let's walk through that step first. So today, I'm just going to do a simple gift transaction report, and I'm going to set it up as my weekly transaction report that I then can go ahead and have it run automatically for me at the end of the day on Friday, and then go ahead and send me an email, and maybe send an email to my boss and everybody else about the gifts we got that week. So first thing I need to do is go to Reports, All Reports, and the gift transaction report is listed under Gifts and Pledges. Now you can take any report and save it as a favorite and then go ahead and set it up as part of the schedule, but I'm just going to do gift transaction. So I'm going to go ahead and expand the gift transaction screen here. And I've gone ahead and already set up some parameters here that I want to have saved with this particular report. I'm going to do it for this week. I'm going to include additional fields like amount, gift entry, date, the method, because of course I'm extracting on the gift entry date, I want that. The method, and I want to include check number and check date, reason code. I want to show fund codes. I can come down and maybe I might include some other things. You can always, and we'll see this later under favorites, you can always go back in and modify your favorite report and, add to these things. Maybe later I decide I want, the event codes included or something like that. So I'm going to come down here, take a look at the rest of this. I want it sorted by entry date in ascending order. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click on, I could click on Go. I know what it's going to run. It's just going to come up with a report that shows me some gifts that have been entered this week. But I'm going to go ahead and click on Save As. This then allows me to save the report as a favorite report. So I'm going to go ahead and call this report my weekly transaction, if I can spell, report. I'm going to make it public. And let's see, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go ahead and give myself access to view it and to edit it. If I have edit rights, I have view rights. I might have given it to some other individuals on my staff that need to have this report. So I'm just going to click on Save, and it's going to go ahead and bring up the report again. Okay. Now the report is saved. If I come over here under Reports and go to Favorites, I will see under Gifts and Pledges my saved report right here. Now this is where you can go ahead and make modifications to your report later on if you decide, hey, I want to change it to include, I don't know, like I said, maybe I also wanted to include the event code. So I can do that right here if I want to. Now to be able to schedule a report, this is the next step. I'm going to go ahead and on this particular page here, you would think you would go to this field here called Scheduled Reports, but that's where the scheduled reports are saved. Instead, I'm going to come down here to the very bottom within my favorites here, and you'll see now a button that says Schedule Report. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and it's going to bring up a screen that's going to say, okay, what do you want to do? What do you want the subject to be? Again, I'll make it weekly transaction report and email recipient. Let's see, I'll send it to trainings@arreva.com. If you wanted to send to other people within this, you just need to put in a comma and then add those additional emails. Maybe it's your boss's email or somebody else. Right now, I'm just going to do it to that one. And it's an active scheduled report. Now I need to set up the range of the schedule. Okay. I want it to start today. I'm actually going to go ahead and have it trigger in a few minutes here. Wonder if I can change it automatically. Looks like I can. Great. I'm going to have it for 10 occurrences because I want to show you what it looks like when it comes up. I'm going to have it happen weekly. And normally I would probably set it for Friday, obviously, the end of the day maybe, so it runs. Or maybe I set it for, because remember the week is going to be from Monday through Sunday. Okay, so I might set it for Sunday night and have it run Sunday night. So when I come in Monday morning, I have the previous week's transaction report. But I'm going to get this all set up, and then I can go ahead and put in my email. So, hi, Eric. Here's your weekly here's last week's transactions. Cheers, Eric. All right, and now I'm going to save it. And when I save it, it's going to go ahead and put it under scheduled reports here. Okay, you can see it right there. Now let's go ahead and see if it's gone ahead and sent me an email yet. Nope, nothing yet. So I'm just going to come back here and talk a little bit about some of these other things before we get that report. All right, so if you want to go ahead, as I mentioned, if you want to go ahead and modify some of the parameters within your report, you can do that here in the favorites. All right. If, however, you want to go ahead and change some things related to your scheduled report, like a different date or time or something like that, you've actually got to go ahead and delete this. Okay, then you can go ahead and reset up that scheduled report by coming back into favorites, going down here, scrolling down, and selecting schedule report and setting it up again. Okay, that's the only way, unfortunately, because once it's set as a schedule, it's set. So there's my report. Popped up and came to me and says, here's your last week's transaction. When I click on it, it's going to be in a PDF format, and it'll bring up the report exactly like it looked when it came up in that other window or tab within your browser. All right. Okay, that's scheduling reports and going ahead and setting that up. I recommend you play around with it. Go ahead and set up a few reports that maybe you think you might want to run on a regular basis. Set them up to run. You know, if you run into any issues, obviously, go ahead and give technical support an email. You can contact them at support@arreva.com, or you can call them at 1-800-750-6418. So that's all we have for today. As mentioned at the beginning, a recording of today's session will be available for viewing by next week on our website. Just select, let's see here, just go again to Arreva Academy, come to the Services and Arreva Academy section. You can scroll down and then you can see the previously recorded here. And if you're interested in more in-depth training on this or any further topic, go ahead and email me at trainings@arreva.com. Thank you for attending today's session, and we hope you have a great day.